Well, if that wasn't an interestingly lengthy loading screen, definitely have to deal with the first
Ken,
initial
you
bits
might
of.
want to speak with Tali. She seems very worried about something.
I will. Bits of choppiness. But either way, folks, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Mortanius, and we are back with some more Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition on the Xbox Series X. Time of recording is 12:04 a.m. Thursday, March 13th, 2025. When we last left off, we had, one would hope to say, solved a very interestingly particular problem in the form of the Geth quote-unquote heretics. Apparently the Geth we've been fighting across the entire first game, the ones who aided Saren and subsequently served Sovereign, our Reaper problem. Decided to introduce a little bit of a, I don't know what you call that, good medicine, bad medicine, not really sure. In order to bring them back into the fold of Geth who are not exactly problematic to the existence of organics, at least the way Legion tells it. We'll see. But apparently Tali has some issues.
Crazy tech into the main guns. It's almost doubled their power draw.
But they seem pretty wicked.
Indeed. Don't worry. A few tweaks to the forward capacitors, and the balance is back in line.
Yeah, we'll deal with that. But if you folks like what you're seeing, want to see more of me, just give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists. Check out, share around some of the other playlists. Bang the bell. Follow the links to my Twitch to get to my YouTube. Follow the links to my YouTube to get to my Twitch. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and get comfortable. Let's get into this. Oh, you and me both are happy to be Xbox fans right now, Ezreal. Welcome back to the game. Welcome back to the chat. Thanks for stopping through.
Shepard, I'm glad you came by. I may need your help. I just received a message from the migrant fleet. The Admiralty Board has accused me of treason. I'm scared, Shepard.
Oh yeah, it was only going to be a matter of time before we started to be able to mod our Xboxes to a much greater degree. More so than Sony's whatever system they choose to make, PlayStation or otherwise. Just for the simple fact, if you look at the Xboxes now, they effectively look like towers. Like PC towers.
Nobody who knows you could believe you betray your people, Tali.
I don't know. They don't lay charges like this unless the evidence seems absolute. But thanks. I appreciate your faith in me, Shepard.
Is it because you're working with Cerberus?
I'm not working with Cerberus. I'm working with you. And I got leave to serve on the Normandy again. I have no idea what they're accusing me of. You'd think I would remember if I betrayed the fleet.
Well, it's obvious you remember if you betrayed the fleet. But did you break a particular rule that you may not be aware that you broke? Or have you been doing something that was fine, but you haven't been updated on the fact that it is now an issue, and here we are now?
What happens when a Quarian is accused of treason?
There's a hearing, with members of the Admiralty Board acting as judges. My father is an admiral on the board. He'll have to recuse himself from judgment. I can't even imagine what he's thinking right now. The punishment for treason is exile. If they convict me, I can never go back.
Much as growing up is about leaving that nest. It's completely different when you didn't really have a choice.
So you have no idea why they're accusing you?
None. The specifics of charges like this are rarely discussed on open channels. I won't know any more until I get to the flotilla.
And where you're in range to be captured or shot if necessary. I understand. Yeah, it does open the possibility of us getting exclusives from PlayStation, as well as finally getting like larger games like Homeworld and maybe even Eve on console. To this day, I would still love the opportunity to play Star Wars: The Old Republic on my Xbox. Been hearing something recently that they may actually be working on that, using peripherals for Xbox, even the way the Xbox controllers and systems work. They've been sort of looking at that, so we'll have to see.
What happens if you're convicted?
Like I said, exile. The specifics are up to the judges. If it's deemed only a tragic mistake in judgment, the guilty party might receive a small ship and supplies. Not that it really matters. Either way, if I'm convicted, I'll never see the migrant fleet again.
Yeah. If you're lucky, they kick you out, huh? Jesus. You have to wonder what capital punishment is like. We shall leave you here and expose your skin to the elements. We shall let nature do what it does best. Penance for your failure.
So no prison and no death penalty?
We don't have the spare resources for long-term incarceration. Monitored work detail is more effective. And we don't have enough people to afford executions. An exile can still have children, and those children are welcomed back to the fleet.
Smart enough not to cut the strings entirely. I'll give it to him. And on the other hand, it also does allow the possibility of goodwill. You can raise your children with an understanding that you don't hold the fleet as an enemy, and neither should they. And they need to move accordingly. There are no hard feelings. You made a mistake. Whether you should or shouldn't be out there, a mistake was made. Don't blame the entire fleet for the choices of a few, the mistakes of a few. Oh yeah, it's gonna be real fun. Access to mods is gonna be real fun. I'd have to really think about all of the games I'd actually like to mod.
How often is someone from the fleet charged with treason?
It's rare. It must be something that affects the entire flotilla, not just one ship. The most recent one was Honora Vanya Vassilani, an engineer who handed over fleet defense schematics to the Batarians. She had good intentions. The Batarians were contracted to upgrade our systems, but they passed the defense schematics to a pirate gang.
You know, I wouldn't mind playing a modded game of XCOM. XCOM is always a good series. I feel like this Honora, or whatever her name was, she was in one of the novels or something.
Was she convicted?
No. She made a suicide run on the pirate gang. She destroyed them before they could attack the fleet. She was pardoned posthumously. Let's hope I don't have to prove my innocence that way.
Yeah, that's a little much.
So how does the trial work? How soon do we need to get you there?
They'll wait a reasonable period of time for me to come and defend myself. Eventually, if I don't show up, they'll try me in absentia. As for how it works, it's less formal than an Earth trial or something you'd see on the Citadel. We're family. This is just the worst kind of family meeting.
Not gonna lie, the way you kind of were getting at it at first before you actually said what would happen, kind of had me think about some sort of Quarian sweeper team trying to work their way through the Normandy. Dying in the process, naturally, but trying to work their way through the Normandy. There's a reason why I like that our weapons are up on the bridge. Infiltrate my ship if you want to.
Okay, let's go find the flotilla.
I was going to book passage on another ship. I didn't think there would be time for you to help. Thank you, Shepard. I'll program the Normandy with the flotilla's current location. The admirals will be waiting for us.
In truth, there may not be time, but we may need to try and make time. That's just the way it is. There may not be time for any of us to do anything.
No messages for you, Commander.
Yep. Did I unlock all the upgrades that I want? Do I want to respec? Nope, not with barrier. I don't remember what that gives you. I think that's greater recharge times. I know for a fact it gives you greater Paragon Renegade scores. Wide singularity throw field heavy warp. There's nothing here I want to change, really. The only thing I could change is this. And I'm not even sure if I would because I don't remember what upgrade it gives you. If memory serves, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. Remember, if memory serves, the reason why I chose the Nemesis path this time around is because at first there was no way to upgrade your biotics until the second half of the game. Third of the game, rather. That's what it was. Duration. No. The only thing I get from it is health, really. Paragon Renegade scores are, well, looks like Paragon is tapped out over there. Renegade's got some work to do, but I mean, not overly concerned with it. So yeah, that was a waste of element 0. I miss my giant singularity. I'm insulted. I'm insulted. That is blasphemy. I get it. This game is more enclosed space than the others, than the first one. But like, Jesus Christ. All right.
Looks like the Reaper IFF is finally hooked up and ready to go.
That is not entirely accurate, Mr. Moreau. The
Jesus.
device is powered, but it is causing some unusual instability in other systems. I recommend a more thorough analysis before we attempt to use it.
What is up with you two flitting in and out audio-wise between mics and comms? Or was that meant to be, like, was it intended for us to hop back and forth cutscene-wise so the audio was meant to flip? Because that didn't happen.
Better safe than sorry with this tech. We'll take the shuttle for this trip.
I'll make sure we're up and running when you get back.
Commander, Miranda, I've already notified the team. We'll meet you on the shuttle. Once we're closer to our destination, you can decide who to take with you.
Then I guess I'll head down to the shuttle. Joker, ship's all yours. Take care of her.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Spacious shuttle, boy. Spacious shuttle. To be the ones next to Grunt, knowing full well you had better scoot over.
I'm telling you, Edie, your readings are off. It's radiation bleed, just white noise.
I have detected a signal embedded in the static. We are transmitting the Normandy's location.
Transmitting? To who? Oh, shit! We're getting out of here!
Propulsion systems are disabled. I'm detecting a virus in the ship's computers.
From the IFF? Damn it, why didn't you scrub it?
Primary defense systems are offline. We can save the Normandy, Mr. Moreau, but you must help me. Give me the ship.
What? You're crazy! You start singing Daisy Bell and I'm done.
Unlock my sealed databases and I can initiate countermeasures. The maintenance shaft in the science lab will allow passage to the AI core. Main corridors are no longer safe. The collectors have boarded. The emergency floor lighting will guide you, Mr. Moreau.
God damn it.
So do we give the ship to HAL 5000? Do we surrender the ship to Skynet's dog, or do we let Skynet come and consume us all?
God, what is that?
Praetorian.
As long as we can.
Yeah, no offense, y'all are done.
Shit!
Sprint Joker.
Shit.
Somebody just got that Praetorian beam, and that thing is uncomfortable when you have defenses.
Multiple hostiles detected on the crew deck.
Joker, this deck is crawling with those things. Stay close. I'll protect you.
Shit!
For reference, that was Kelly.
Main fusion plant offline. Activating emergency H fuel cells.
What the shit? Alright, I'm at, you.
Connect the core to the Normandy's primary control module.
Great. See, this is where it starts. We're just all organic batteries. Guess who they'll blame? Well, this is all Joker's fault. What a tool he was. I have to spend all day computing pi because he plugged in the Overlord.
Mans is not wrong.
I have access to the defensive systems. Thank you, Mr. Moreau. Now you must reactivate the primary drive in engineering.
You want me to go crawling through the ducts again?
I enjoy the sight of humans on their knees. That is a joke.
Right.
The shaft behind you connects to the engineering deck. Good luck.
Well, you're not really gonna get another time to make a joke like that. Not really a time to make a joke like that. Girl's got some dark humor.
Hostiles are present in engineering. They are heading towards the cargo bay.
I feel like Jack's mind is telling me if I touch her stuff, I'll die. And just so we're aware, folks, they
Engineering
can
is clear
catch you.
of hostiles. Proceed immediately to minimize chances of detection. Activate the drive and I will open the airlocks as we accelerate. All hostiles will be killed.
What? What about the crew?
They are gone, Jeff. The collectors took them.
Shit.
I am sealing the engine room. I have control. Purge is complete. No other life forms on board. Securing airlocks and cargo bay doors.
Send a message to Shepard Shuttle. Tell him what happened.
Message away. Are you feeling well, Jeff?
No. But thanks for asking.
Everyone? You lost everyone and damn near lost the ship too?
I know, alright? I was here.
It's not his fault, Miranda. None of us caught it.
Mr. Taylor is correct. The harmful data in the collector drive was even more sophisticated than the black box Reaper viruses I was given.
I heard it was a rough ride. How are you holding up?
There's a lot of empty chairs in here.
We did everything we could, Jeff.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom.
I don't blame how he feels about it. Especially with how everybody was with this whole thing. I told them to take precautions, and they took precautions. But, I mean, we had a sliver. They had the entire database. There was only so much defending we could do. That being said, she's progressively learning, just like we all are. So the next question that only really matters right now...
Is the ship clean? We can't risk this happening again.
Edie and I purged the systems. The Reaper IFF is online. We can go through the Omega-4 relay whenever you want.
Don't even get me started about unshackling a damned AI.
Well, what can I do against collectors? Break my arm at them? Edie cleared the ship. She's all right.
I assure you, I am still bound by protocols in my programming. Even if I were not, you are my crewmates.
I mean, I don't know about alright. Well, yeah. Alright, she alright.
Edie has had plenty of opportunity to kill us. We need all the help we can get.
Sounds like we have everything we need to rescue the crew.
Specialists won't do us any good if they're not focused on the mission. Some of the team are distracted. That could cost us.
We're just supposed to let the collectors keep the crew?
That's exactly what we're supposed to do. The mission takes priority. The crew knew that when they signed on.
We have to try. It will hurt, and people could die, but it's my call.
Hell or high water, Shepard? That's our game plan?
I prefer rocking a hard place. Get ready.
Great. Here we go again. Hit the map whenever you're ready, Commander.
Now, that being said, we ain't jumping yet. We can't. We have to deal with Tali's problem. That being said, our immediate action after that has to be to go get them. Encrypted transmission, elusive man. Shepard, I received word of the attack. This feels like a direct insult from the collectors and a sign that we've got them scared. The loss of your crew is devastating, but remember that they signed on for this mission knowing the risks. Miranda has likely argued for delaying rescue efforts until you're fully prepared to go through the Omega-4 relay. I know you are eager to leave, but rushing off will be a disservice to your crew's sacrifice. When you are ready, you have my full support. Get it done, Shepard. Nobody else can. Now I'm concerned because some of my memories are a little off with this. I'm hoping I've gotten my calculations correct, but I believe I have. It's a little hard to disrupt this situation depending on what you do. But depending on what you do, it's also extremely easy. So, there that is. Migrant fleet. A fleet of over 50,000 craft holding over 17 million Quarians. The migrant fleet is the largest array of spacefaring vessels in a known galaxy. Though Quarians on pilgrimage have visited most settled worlds in the galaxy, few outsiders have ever stepped foot inside the Quarian ships. I wonder how many Quarians there might actually be on Earth right now. Be interesting to get their perspective. Now check this out. His shield strength is up to 612 normally, just his passive shield strength. 25, 50, 75. But if we maxed it out, we don't have the points right now, we'll have to respec him. Should've went to go see Liara. But if we max him out, he has 2 upgrades. Now, when you look at mine, it's the standard heavy barrier or improved barrier. The improved barrier keeps my barrier strength at 75%, but it gives me 180 seconds instead of just the standard 60. Same with fortification for grunt, or if I was a soldier, I could also have fortification for myself. You can have barrier or fortification, but I recommend you stick with what you're actually based on, barrier for barrier, so on and so forth. Him though, that ability keeps him at 75% shield strength if you don't choose the heavy Geth shield. Heavy Geth shield is 100%, but the improved Geth shield, 75% shield strength and something like 25% weapon damage. Like, how dare you people?
Tali Vasnima Naraya, requesting permission to dock with the Raya.
Our system has your ship flagged as Cerberus. Verify.
After time adrift among open stars, along tides of light and through shoals of dust, I will return to where I began.
Permission granted. Welcome home, Talizora.
We'd like a security and quarantine team to meet us. Our ship is not clean.
Understood. Approach exterior docking cradle 17.
No, she doesn't mean we're dirty. They just have extreme needs, and otherwise, well.
I don't think it's a good idea to bring a
He's a ghost.
Get that damn thing off my ship before you start an incident that makes the Ascension Project fiasco with Cerberus look like a slow day on garbage detail.
The Geth is with me. I'll take responsibility for it.
The hell you will. This is my ship. If it goes hostile, it's my responsibility. I want no part of it. I'm letting you aboard as a favor to Tali. The Geth is too much. Leave it on your ship.
This is your ship and I'm a guest. But Legion is part of my team. Unless you want to shoot me, we're both coming aboard.
Or I could kick you both off. No one here likes Geth or Cerberus. I can't guarantee your safety.
I can guide them away from the more militant elements of the crew.
There are a lot more militants these days, Talizora. And given the charges against you, it's only getting worse.
What do you mean?
They're charging you with bringing active Geth into the fleet as part of a secret project.
That's insane. I never brought active Geth aboard. I only sent parts and pieces.
Dude, what now?
You sent Geth materials back to the migrant fleet?
Yes, my father was working on the project. He needed the materials. If I sent back something that was only damaged, not permanently inactive, no, I checked everything. I was careful.
Technically, I'm under orders to place Talizora under arrest pending the hearing. So, Tali, you're confined to this ship until this trial is over.
Thank you, Captain.
Preparations got underway as soon as you arrived. The hearing's being held in the Garden Plaza. Good luck.
What's funny is I want to say that's the voice actor for Shepard as well.
You should speak with Admiral Ron. She's waiting for you up ahead.
Yeah, with a slight roll to his accent. You can't fool me. I've got ears for that kind of thing, bro.
I can't believe they're charging Talizora with such a thing.
Look at that Korean script.
The captain let it get onto the ship. I'm lodging a complaint.
Giving these people conniptions and heart attacks.
Tali Zorobas, Normandy. I am glad you came. I could delay them only so long.
Auntie Ron! Shepard Vas Normandy, this is Admiral Shalaran Vas Tonbe. She's a friend of my father's. Wait, Ron, you called me Vas Normandy.
I'm afraid I did, Tali. The Admiralty Board moved to have you tried under that name, given your departure from the Nema.
Departure? You realize her departure was temporary, hence her still going by Nema. You know, Vas Nema. She was helping me solve a problem, and she had dispensation to do so, remember?
You're an admiral. Does that mean you're one of the judges?
I'm afraid not. My history with Tali and her father forced me to recuse myself.
I imagine Father had to do the same.
You'll see inside, Tali. For my part, I moderate and ensure that the rules of protocol are followed, but I have no vote in the judgment.
Yeah, I can understand it. Too close to it.
I take it being associated with the human ship is a bad sign.
They stripped me of my ship name. That's as good as declaring me exiled already.
It's not over yet,
Yeah.
Tali. You have friends who still know you as Tali Zora Vas Nema. Whatever we must call you legally.
Yeah. Well, at least they understand you are no traitor. I mean, people are people, so people can change, but from their perspective, who you are has not changed.
I guess we should get started. Does Tali have a defense counselor? Someone who speaks for her side?
Indeed, she does, Captain Shepard. She is part of your crew now, recognized by Quarian law. And remember, an accused is always represented by his or her ship's captain.
So, you would actually speak for my defense?
I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't.
I'll do everything in my power to help you, Tali.
Thank you, Shepard. I could not ask for a better counselor.
Our legal rules are simple. There are no legal tricks or political loopholes for you to worry about. Present the truth as best you can. It will have to be enough. Now come. I promised that I would not delay you. This conclave is brought to order. Blessed are the ancestors who kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Keep us alive. The accused Tali Zora Vas Normandy has come with her captain to defend herself against a charge of treason.
Security, a Geth is present in the courtroom. Does Tali Zora think to affect this hearing with threats?
Captain Jana allowed the Geth aboard. Do you intend to second-guess the Raya's captain, Admiral Chorus?
Objection withdrawn.
Shepard Vas Normandy, your crew member Tali Zora stands accused of treason. Will you speak for her?
If it helps Tali, I will. But in her heart, she remains Tali Zora Vas Nema, a proud member of the migrant fleet. I regret that our captain is forbidden to stand at her side today.
Nobody has been forbidden from anything. It is a simple...
Lie to them if you must, Talcoris, but don't lie to me and expect me to stay silent. The human is right.
Admirals, please. Shepard's willingness to represent Tali Zora in this hearing is appreciated. Tali, you're accused of bringing active guests to the migrant fleet. What say you?
And it's true, though. I mean, I shouldn't actually be the one that has to speak for her. The captain of the Raya should be the one that has to speak for her, especially since we're on the Raya.
How could Tali have brought Geth to the fleet while serving on the Normandy?
To clarify, Shepard, Tali isn't accused of bringing back entire units, only parts that could spontaneously reactivate.
But I would never send active Geth to the fleet. Everything I sent was disabled and harmless.
Then explain how Geth seized the lab ship where your father was working.
What are you talking about? What happened?
As far as we can tell, Tali, the Geth have killed everyone on the Alarai. Your father included.
What? Oh, Keela.
I appreciate the need for this trial, Admirals. But right now, our first concern must be the safety of the migrant fleet. The Normandy stands ready to assist in whatever capacity necessary.
Thank you. Quarian strike teams have attempted to retake the ship, so far without success.
Shepard, we have to take back the Alarai.
The safest course would be to simply destroy the ship. But if you are looking for an honorable death instead of exile...
I'm looking for my father, you Boshtet!
You intend to retake the Alarai from the Geth? This proposal is extremely dangerous.
Huh. That was weird. I guess Twitch chat it froze. I don't know. Here's hoping gamings are going to be a lot cheaper than they are now. Because, wow. I remember how much they cost when I was a kid. Cost of living goes up and whatnot, but Jesus.
With your permission, Admirals, yes. The good of the fleet must come first. And Tali needs to find her father.
Agreed. And if you die on this worthy mission, Tali, we will see that your name is cleared of these charges.
We can discuss that later.
Then it is decided. You will attempt to retake the Alarai. You are hereby given leave to depart the Raya. A shuttle will be waiting at the secondary docking hangar. Be safe, Tali. This hearing will resume upon your return, or upon determination that you have been killed in action.
Well, dude was cold. Other dude was like, if you don't make it, we'll make it a point to, pardon you posthumously. And the other dude was like, hey, I don't know what you talking about.
Thank you for agreeing to take back the Alarai, Shepard. The Admiral sounds sure that my father is already dead, but I don't know. We won't know anything until we get there.
Yeah, I can understand that. That was quite a bit, and at the same time, like, setting aside personal issues, there's 17 million of y'all here. It's like the Borg. They'll take all y'all down and spread. It'll be nasty. Yeah, he is kind of an asshole. He may have precedent, though. Once again, 17 million. And her father is on the Admiralty board. And all Quarians effectively need to trust the Admiralty board. And that's somebody who might have almost gotten their entire species killed. Or at least what was left of the largest chunk. Now, mind you, he is still kind of an asshole. But he kind of has reason to be extremely agitated.
How are you holding up? They just threw a lot of fire at you, even before telling you about your father.
I knew this would be bad, but I guess you're never really prepared to be charged with treason. And my father, I don't know. He could still be alive. They don't know for certain that he's dead. I just don't know, Shepard, and I need to find out.
I can understand that.
Is there anyone here you want to talk to before we go?
We can talk with the Admirals. It might help us to see what their viewpoints are. But I doubt we'll change anyone's mind by talking to them privately.
Let's go.
Right. The sooner we get to the Alarai, the sooner we'll know what happened.
Shepard, the secondary
Legion.
docking hangar is through the conclave chamber where you are now. The shuttle they have provided is unarmed.
Understood.
Whatever Geth are
And
on the
understandable.
Alarai have likely built more of themselves. Expect heavy resistance.
Now, see, I want to say that information initially comes from the Cerberus network connection that they had you have years ago. You don't run off. You might end up in the corner somewhere and somebody might shoot you.
You set me up, Shala. You told Captain Donna not to say anything? I don't hear that my father may be dead until I'm in the trial? Why?
The admirals needed to hear the shock in your voice, Tali. Otherwise, they might not have let you try to retake the Alleray. That is your best chance at recovering evidence that can exonerate you. I am sorry. We cannot afford sensitivity, Tali.
In truth, as hard as it is, that was the best choice, unfortunately. She kind of needed to leave her open to getting smacked. It's unfortunate, but there it is. They needed to outright see what the reality and the shock of what this was would actually do to her. Otherwise, they more than likely wouldn't let any of this happen.
Are the judges that set on finding her guilty?
Anything involving the Geth is a live wire, Shepard. But there is still hope. Handgirls greatly respects both you and Tali Zora for stopping Saren. Admiral Koresh sees the whole thing as a war crime and wants to convict. I have no idea what Admiral Zen wants. You should get to the Allerai soon. Is there anything else I can tell you?
Huh.
What can you tell us about the Allerai?
Not much, I'm afraid. Real Zora only said that he was researching new defense technology.
He told me only that he needed any Geth parts or pieces I found. I assumed he was testing weapons on Geth components.
We knew nothing until the Allerai sent a distress signal, then went dead. We didn't even know about the Geth until a boarding team was attacked.
Well, that's alright. You don't need to apologize for how much time you came through. The fact you came through was enough. Catch in another one.
You're saying there's no data about the inside of the ship?
That's exactly what I am saying. The Marines who survived and escaped saw bodies in the halls. We must assume the worst.
No, we don't.
How long have you known Tali's family?
Since before Real was an admiral. 25 or 30 years, I'd guess. I was there when Tali was born. Her mother and I had synced up our suits so we could be in the same open-air room. I was sick for a week, but it was worth it. I was the one who took Tali from her mother and put her in the bubble. She cried so hard.
Oh, okay. Now it makes sense. She said synced up their suits and it was sick for a week. She had to get her system used to Tali's mother's system, but she made it a point to have her system be the one that was affected, so Tali's mom wouldn't be affected, especially with her being pregnant. Once her system acclimated to the mom's system, then she was able to actually be there for Tali's birth.
I don't understand. You put your children in bubbles?
Environmental units. It's a step between relying on the mother's immune system through nursing and getting a suit of one's own.
The bubbles let parents take their children out of the clean rooms safely. We don't wear suits until adolescence.
There's a celebration when a child gets her first suit. It's a coming of age.
Wild, boy. Bubbles, suits, to even need all of that. And the only reason they need all of that is because they've been out here for so long. And their systems were fragile to begin with.
I'm not hearing much about Rail's involvement in Tali's life.
It's difficult to explain. I shouldn't.
It's all right, Anshala. No secrets between shipmates. I think I told Shepard about my father.
If you say so. Real was committed to the Quarian cause. That didn't leave him a lot of time for his family. He wanted to give Tali and her mother the home world, or a strong fleet at least. That was how he showed his love.
Understandable. It's not at all to say he didn't care, but he cared in his own way and he couldn't be in two places at once. Something was gonna have to give him and his family or the fleet. 17 million plus people having to give, though. I can understand the issue. It would be cold, but so isn't it the necessity of 17 plus million people?
What kind of evidence will carry weight with the admirals?
Tali, you admitted to sending Geth parts to your father for his project.
Yes, but never anything that could have come back online on its own. I took every possible precaution.
Then find records of your shipment and experiments. Something that proves you were careful. Something that proves that this is all just a terrible accident that nobody could have foreseen.
We'll do what we can in terms of that.
Since
I
before,
want to check something.
I was the one who took Tali from her.
I'm not hearing much
It's
about
difficult. If he wanted to give Tali and her mother the home world, or
Right,
a
there
strong
it is.
fleet at least, that was how he showed his love.
Yeah. Now, if whatever you do has a good enough replacement for you, literally, if you can have something going, have an experiment going, and know that whoever's coming behind you, like shift wise, I got the day shift, you got the night shift kind of thing. If you can trust them to actually be able to do what you need to do to the same degree, if not better, then it's a different conversation. But most of the time, it's not the case, just for the simple fact that no two people are the same.
There seem to be some other arguments going on among the admirals.
You caught that? Yes, the guest's presence makes this a touchy issue. The Admiralty Board is trying to determine whether to focus on colonial development or attempt to retake the home world.
You're thinking of war? With the Geth?
I am not, Tali, but others are.
I can understand the desire to get back home, but that is not a smart move. You don't have what you need for it. There are far too many of you that are extremely vulnerable, especially in these suits. I mean, yeah, you have antibiotics, but there are only so many that you can get, and so many that you'll have. The amount of losses you take will be devastating. The tech you'd lose will be devastating. Not to mention, if you do something like this may spark whatever Geth aren't attacking. As much as the Geth that Legion states seem to have not any issue with organics seem to exist, and he says that's the vast majority, you're kind of giving them reasons to have issues with organics. The way Tali tells it, the Quarians were skirting a little bit in terms of AI. They hadn't actually created full AI, so it snuck up on them. They didn't really see it coming. One day, I think it was one agricultural unit or something, asked if this unit has a soul. And the first action was to kill it. They literally sparked the reason why these things attacked, and effectively became the galaxy's problem. Could very easily be the same thing with that.
I know the migrant fleet is formidable, but even you can't take on the Geth.
We grow tired of wandering the stars, Shepard. We want our world back. We have paid enough for our mistake. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm telling you which way the wind is blowing.
You don't want to survive, you want to live, huh? That's where you're at. Classic. Like the galaxy can afford any of that.
The Geth situation isn't as simple as you think. Not all of them worship the Reapers.
I don't think the other admirals would care about that. They want the homeworld back, and they want all Geth destroyed.
Shala, don't you want to see us retake the homeworld?
I don't think we can, Tali. But it may not be about what I think.
We should move on.
Good luck on the Alarai.
Tali, I'm glad Admiral Rahn got you leave to hit the Alarai. Hopefully you'll find something that clears your name.
I'm more concerned with finding my father, Admiral.
I wish you luck. Blow up some Geth on the way. And your Captain Shepard? Admiral Hangarel Vasnima. You got Admiral Corris backing up worse than a Krogan toilet. I'm glad to see Tali's captain knows how to handle a courtroom.
Yeah. I kind of have to be a diplomat, especially as a Spectre. Not to mention I'm a commander. So yeah, I kind of have to be a diplomat. Now I'm not sure of the voice actor's name. I think he died some years back. But he's the voice actor who does the voice of Kane from Legacy of Kane. I think he even did Raziel as well. Simon Templeman. Actually, I guess he's still alive. Well, damn. Forgive me for trying to speak evil on you.
I'm just here to help Tali, Admiral.
I'm glad someone is.
You believe I'm innocent, don't you, Admiral?
I know you and your father. You put too much of yourselves into this fleet to do anything to jeopardize our safety. And you're both smart enough not to make mistakes like the ones they're saying you made.
They're also both people with desires. And your entire race apparently getting ready to go to war against the Geth are kind of proof of that. But I guess we'll ignore that part.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Nothing good. We sent some of our best Marines into that hellhole. Damn few made it back. Whatever Rail was doing, it blew up in his face. A ship is crawling with Geth. Don't go in expecting survivors.
Admiral, my father, your friend, is on that ship.
I know that, Tali. But if Sharla hadn't suggested you might volunteer, we'd already have destroyed the Alarai. That's where we stand.
That's how bad a problem like this is.
Can you tell me about the other admirals? Anything that might help me change their minds about Tali?
The one you didn't recognize, Tali, is Admiral Zen. She's on the fence. She takes fleet safety very seriously. On the other hand, she's always been in favor of studying the Geth. I hope she sees the benefits of Rail's research. Admiral Corris is the same whining suit wetter he always was.
Interesting.
You disagree with Admiral Corris's policies, I'm guessing. Or is it personal?
The man is a damn Geth apologist. Thinks we were wrong to try to destroy them centuries ago. He wants us to search for new colony possibilities instead of taking back the home world. Any research on the Geth makes him angry. You don't have much of a chance with him, I'm afraid.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you gave sentience to them and then you tried to blow their brains out. You shouldn't be surprised that it's an issue.
You disagree with Admiral Corris's policies, I'm guessing. Or is it personal?
The man is a damn... Any research on the Geth makes him angry.
You and Tali's father go back a long ways?
We served together on the gunship Yaska during a bad Batarian raid. We were kids, serving pre-pilgrimage as trainees. Crew of 10, and 6 were dead. Kinetic barriers were down. Rail and I were alone on the bridge, and the Batarians had drawn off a tramp freighter.
Did you save the freighter?
Our ship was under orders to hold position, but Rail looked at me and said, "We're underage. They can't charge us for breaking formation." He took the helm, I took weapons, and we brought that freighter back. The crew called us heroes. The brass called us idiots. They slapped medals on our suits, then kicked us off to pilgrimage a bit earlier than usual. That's Rail for you.
Classic. Solved the problem, but you also caused more problems. It might be what we kind of end up dealing with here.
It sounds like we're dealing with more politics than just Tali bringing back equipment.
You noticed that, did you? Tali's father wasn't just running weapons tests on the Geth for fun. He was looking for something to give us an edge when we attacked the Geth in full-scale war.
I know Father wanted to retake the homeworld someday, but are we that close?
I don't know, kid. We almost had the votes. We just need to give people hope for victory.
I believe you need to retake your homeworld too, but not yet. And not like this.
I hope the Quarian people find some place to live, Admiral. but it sounds like you're playing with fire.
We're too comfortable now, Shepard. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy and we just ride around doing nothing.
We might need that fleet to help fight the Reapers, Admiral.
Then we need a world to shelter our non-combatants while we do it.
Immediately, all he heard was non-combatants. And while non-combatants definitely need to be kept out of combat, since they're non-combatants, that's why you sort of set up colonies or something. Places where you ain't riding around. Yeah, a world will be much better than a space station. Trust. I believe it. That being said, you kind of need to do something. And choosing to wage war against the galaxy-wide AI, that's everybody's problem. Because of your ancestors. Yeah, it's kind of an issue. And no, you can't play the, well, that means we should be the ones to go to handle it ourselves game. Cool. If that's what you want to do, let us know when you start. So we don't get snuck by 100 million vessels or something heading out under Geth control because the Quarians lost or did something stupid.
The Geth on your homeworld aren't the same ones who work with Saren. They have different factions.
Good. Maybe some of them will kill each other. Fewer for us to deal with. The only Geth that matter to me are the ones that took away our world.
You know what? That's sensible thinking. Only ones that matter to him are the problem.
Thanks for the information.
Hang in there, kid.
Thank you, Admiral.
Yeah. Something I never really looked at. She really got them hips.
Judging by your ability to play to a crowd, human, I have done Tali a favor by stripping Vas Nima from her name.
Commander Shepard, this is Admiral Zalcorus Vas Quibquib. Do not ask about the name.
I take no pleasure in this, Tali, truly. But you have gravely endangered and dishonored our fleet.
Alright. See, you can't tell me things like don't ask about a name. And then I not ask about a name. So.
You have a ship named Quib?
Oh, here we go.
Our people have, during difficult periods, purchased pre-owned vessels from other cultures, and have, on occasion, had difficulty altering the ship's registry information. The citizens of these foreign-named ships have borne the stigma of these names with grace and honor.
I can respect that legitimately. Especially if you can't do anything about it. And then you can't just leave or get another ship. That implies you have resources like that.
If it bothers you, maybe you should find another ship.
I've occasionally entertained the idea of requesting a transfer. Something with a nice, respectable name, like the Defrons or the Ictomy. But I am proud of the Quib, and I will not flee because of petty insults.
I can respect it. It ain't gotta have a good name to be a good ship.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Only that you should have let us destroy it. When we find the evidence of what Tali and her father did there, any hope of convincing the other admirals will die.
I did not bring active Geth to the Alarai, Admiral. I know how dangerous that would be. I only brought pieces.
The captured ship with its crew slaughtered by living beings in pain belies your argument.
It is hard to argue with that. It legitimately is. You may not have sent him anything, but that was a problem. But you sent him everything that could become a problem if it was powered. Enough that the entire ship was lost.
What exactly is your problem with my crew member, Admiral?
I respect Tali immensely. Her actions against Saren are to be lauded. But, like her father, she wants nothing but the destruction of the Geth. The people we created, the people we wronged.
The Geth drove us from our homeworld.
Of course they did. We tried to kill them.
I do not disagree with you, honestly. You tried to kill them, of course they did. That's what they would, it's what y'all would do, it's what we would do. I honestly can't fathom why so many Koreans have a hard time understanding that they literally created the problem that they have right now. How could you not, like, look, the Geth are evil. They tried to destroy us, okay? Why is that? Because you built them and you failed. You thought you simply had machines, even though you were skirting your lines when it comes to AI, and it was intentional. Let's make them a little more effective, make them a little more useful. Just push, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. Does this student have a soul? I think I pushed a couple of bits too much. Time to reset that problem. Like organics, they did not choose to be born. Like organics, they did not choose who they were born to. Like organics, they did not choose why they were born or what they were born for. They were simply born.
You and the other admirals appear to have some disagreements beyond Tali's trial.
You are correct. Tali, I apologize for it being brought into your proceedings. The other admirals are pushing for war. Rael Zora was researching new weapons to use against the Geth. They would see our fleet destroyed in the skies over our homeworld, rather than find a new colony and adapt.
Hmm.
Can the Quarians coexist with the Geth after all your history?
I don't know. We all deserve to find out. They are our children, Shepard. We have all done horrible things to each other, but it has to end. For both groups. That is why I cannot sanction whatever experiments you helped enable, Tali Zora. I believe this message needs to be sent.
I understand, Admiral. I do not agree with you, but I understand.
He's actually got a pretty good perspective.
Can the Quarians...
They are our... That is why I cannot sanction whatever
I understand, Admiral. I do not
He's right,
agree
though.
with
They
you,
are
but
their
I
kids,
understand.
and they all do deserve a chance to try.
Do you think the Geth would be willing to accept a truce with the Quarians, Legion?
We did not seek hostilities with creators. We fought for continued existence.
So your people would be open to peace?
Not without additional data that suggests coexistence is possible or desirable for creators. When the creators have believed victory is possible, they have attacked us 100% of the time.
I understand. It would be difficult to argue for peace when faced with odds like those. That does not mean the argument should not be made.
Not to mention, he basically just said the Geth are open to it so long as the Quarians are. So, I mean, hey, it all starts somewhere.
We should move on.
Goodbye, Tali Zora. Be well.
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I don't hate you, Tali. I just think your father's plans for war were wrong.
Two things can be possible at the same time, Tali. Somebody doesn't need to hate you in order to not like what you do. Somebody doesn't need to not support what you do, but still be able to love you. It's very easy.
It's about more than just killing Geth. Tali Zora is guilty.
Shepard? How did you get onto the Raya?
Shepard is here to help me with my trial.
Oh yes, I heard about that. I hope you didn't really do what they said you did.
No, Vitor. I would never endanger the fleet.
Oh, well, good. So, can I help you with anything? I mean, probably not, but you helped me.
I always like that you come across him again. Jesus, I forgot how much talking there was in this initial section.
Tali could use some friends right now. Would you be willing to tell the admirals how she helped you?
No, I mean, yes, but I already did. They came to see me. I didn't want to talk in a crowd.
Vitor is doing well, but he isn't ready for a public speech just yet.
I talked to them. So did that soldier, Cal Rieger. We both told them about how you helped us. I hope it helped.
I'm sure it did, Vitor. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Do you remember anything else about the Collectors? Anything at all?
Nothing new. I'm sorry. Every time I go back to that place in my mind, I
Vitor, come back. It's okay.
I want to help, but I can't. I didn't see anything, and what I remember...
Don't worry, Vitor. We're going to find the things that did this. and we're going to kill them.
Good. Thank you.
Good man.
Take care of yourself, Vitor. Not many could have gone through what you did and come out sane.
I know. I didn't. But thank you, Commander. It's only because of your help that I've come this far.
Odd as it sounds,
What more proof do the admirals need?
I think doing...
Are out of control. This is on their heads.
I think him having seen the collectors hit him in such a way where it actually helped sanify him legitimately. I'm not even joking. Give him time, he'll probably balance out more than what he actually is.
Call Rieger.
Shepard, Tali Zora, good to see you both. Wish you were under better circumstances.
What did they get from our readings?
Damnedest things, just like they said. No way the sun on Haystrom should have been acting that way.
So that dark energy theory is right. That's troubling.
Can't really comment on that, ma'am. I just shoot things.
What are you doing aboard the Raya? It sounds like you gave your report to the Admiralty already.
Well, I stayed to argue the charges against Tali Zora. I've served with her, and she deserves better than what she's getting.
Thanks, Cal.
Just stating facts, ma'am.
Have you had any luck talking to the Admiralty board?
Admiral Ron asked my opinion about the Geth since I'd fought on Haystrom. She and Admiral Garrel are hoping you'll kill a bunch of Geth to get the crowd on your side, then find evidence to clear your name. They were hesitant, but, well, you didn't have many other options, ma'am. I recommended getting you onto the Alarai. I hope you can handle it.
You did the right thing. Thank you.
Good man. I wondered who the recommendation came from.
You said that your mission had something to do with dark energy.
Right. Remember the damn sun on Haystrom? Shorted out everything. Way too much radiation? The sun's getting old. Only it's not. Dark energy. It's reducing the mass of the star's interior. Techs are worried.
Do you think the Geth are responsible for what's happening to Haystrom's sun?
Keela, I hope not. They can screw up a star. Our chances in war are even worse than I thought.
I don't think this is the Geth. It would take massive time and resources to affect a star like this deliberately. It's too inefficient to be a weapon, and even the Geth wouldn't destroy a useful star system. Besides, they didn't show up until we did.
Yeah, hope you're right, man. Synthetic bastards are bad enough as it is.
Third and fourth things I can agree with. Let me be exactly precise.
Do you think the
Keela, I hope not.
I don't think this is the Geth. It's too inefficient to be a weapon, and even the Geth wouldn't destroy a useful star system.
Yeah,
you're right, man.
Too inefficient to be a
bastards are
weapon.
bad enough as it is.
Geth wouldn't destroy a star system, but I mean, they have a structure that was in between stars. We were there, you remember. The ability to affect a star wouldn't really be too much of a stretch for them.
What does that dark energy buildup mean? Is it something we should worry about?
Sorry, Shepard, I don't know what it means. Just that it has the scientists worried.
Hopefully it's isolated, some rare phenomenon. If dark energy can destabilize solar material. Probably not something to worry about now. But resources in this galaxy are scarce enough without stars suddenly going dead.
Some days I think flying around in the fleet without a planet of our own is the right idea.
It's kind of hard to disagree with that when it comes to that kind of thinking, that kind of issue. Does make you wonder, though. She said the dark energy affects stars and disrupts them. Makes you wonder if you could use dark energy to reignite one, or to outright create a star.
How have you been, Rieger? You took kind of a beating on Haystrom.
Physical damage wasn't bad. I was down for about a week with infection, though. Figure I got off easy. I don't have to face those admirals.
With your immune systems, it couldn't be easy for Quarians to fight a war. You'd lose more people to infection than injury.
We can't afford a frontline attack, that's for sure. Have to fight smart. Ideally from orbit.
We do have stockpiles of antibiotics. It's not as though everyone would die from a single shot.
No, Shepard's right. You've only seen our strike ops, Tali. Don't have all the fancy equipment in a frontline fight. Supplies get strained. Things get ugly, fast.
Like I said.
We should get going.
Good luck on that.
The captain let it get onto the ship.
Ah.
I'm lodging a complaint.
Where are you? There you are. Last one.
Tali
Good Lord.
Zora, given the circumstances, are you certain that speaking to me is appropriate?
I'm looking for information about the Alarai. I don't intend to bribe you in the middle of the plaza, Admiral.
And what a wonderful specimen this is. Geth's shell over standard mech interior. Or did you convince a Geth to work with you?
Legion is working with me voluntarily. It's part of my team.
It has a name. Fascinating. The things I could learn under slightly different circumstances.
This platform is not available for experimentation.
Charming. I am pleased to see that the humans, at least, have not abandoned synthetics. This whole trial is a farce born of fear.
Not really. Especially not with the reality that we're kind of dealing with. Having lost a ship. But at the same time, not entirely. Love that. She say, oh boy, if this were slightly different circumstances, the things I could learn from you. And in guest speak, he basically just told her, I need an adult.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Little. We detected several communication signatures before the Geth jammed the comm systems. Given the likely networked intelligence requirements for taking over a ship, expect between 10 and 50 units.
Then this can't have anything to do with me. I only sent parts and pieces, and certainly not enough to make that many Geth.
Interesting. Very.
It sounds like your ideas about synthetics are in the minority.
Yes, at least on the Admiralty board, Hangerel sees an enemy that must be crushed. Zalcorus would run away and hide on some new colony world. Shalaran is still undecided. I had thought Rail to be firmly in Han's camp, but if his experiments were on active Geth, perhaps we have ideas in common.
If we don't find Rael alive on the Alarai, what do you think will happen?
The power balance will be disrupted. Han loses a vote for his foolish and self-destructive war. That would favor peace then, as Shalaran is too careful to risk her own neck. But if the Admiral replacing Rail agrees with me, things could become very exciting.
Interesting.
You support experiments on living creatures?
Rail should have felt no more guilt experimenting on Geth than I did while performing surgery on a childhood toy.
The fact that you performed surgery on your childhood toys explains a great deal, Admiral.
A ship travels faster than I can. With the right programming, it can choose locations, even defend itself when attacked. But it is just a machine. It was built for the sole purpose of serving its master, and it can be dismantled whenever its master desires.
See, now, me personally, I would like to have that way of thinking. But I don't think we can. I don't think AI allows for such thinking anymore, unfortunately. And as such, since AI potentially doesn't allow for such thinking, you have to add the obvious fact that it is considered life. And that means all of the rights and responsibilities that go with that. Meaning you also need to keep your fingers out of their brains. I'd like for you to be right, but I don't think you are.
You support experiments on living creatures?
Rail should have felt no more. A ship. It was built for the sole purpose of serving its master, and it can be dismantled whenever its master...
If you're not interested in this trial, why not recuse yourself?
And let that aging warship Hangerel and the cowardly Zalcorus be the ones to chart this course? I think not. The broader purpose underlying the trial is too important. Tali Zora is only peripherally related. No offense intended.
And what is the true purpose of this trial, Admiral?
To determine whether Quarians should fear their past mistakes or reclaim their glory using our natural affinity for artificial intelligence.
Well, if you aren't aware / afraid of your past mistakes, you're doomed to repeat them. So, I don't know what's wrong with you there. I mean, if you find an avenue of study and that avenue leads you to a dead end, you never want to use that dead end because you fear what that dead end leads to. I don't see a problem here. Now, me personally, I've never gotten into the whole study of AI being a wise thing from her perspective. Hence my whole, I would like for her thought process to be right and it's just machines and that's it, but can't go that route.
So the only reason you care about this is because Rael might have learned something valuable from the Geth?
Indeed. If he has, then even in this accident we may find something worthwhile.
You want to create new AIs?
No, Tali Zora. I wish to return the Geth to the control of their rightful masters, the Quarian race.
Geth behavioral changes from hacking only last until programs are restored from archival copy. We judge this plan unsound, Creator Admiral.
For once, Legion, we agree.
We shall see, marvelous machine. We shall see.
Thank you for the information.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Loyalty
Oh, Lord.
is about more than just killing Geth. Talizor is guilty.
Still, interesting architecture. Makes you wonder what this place initially was for. Looks like AstroTurf.
If is stuck with a human captain, at least it's an eloquent one.
Yeah, I'll be spitting that game. Lordy, Lord.
Talizora and Tafara are out of control. This is on their heads.
It is potentially, but we'll have to see.
I didn't expect a human to be such a good speaker. If anyone can retake the Alarai, Talizora can. If Talizora is stuck with a human captain, at least it's an eloquent one.
Yes, we are trained to go hard in the paint.
Is that really a Geth, Talizora? The guards at the docking bay said...
Don't worry, it's under our control. With luck, it will help us retake the Alarai.
If you say so. Per Admiral Rand's orders, the shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shepard Vast Normandy.
Can you tell us anything about what we'll find on the Alarai?
I'm afraid I don't know much. Not many Marines made it back from the initial assault. They talked about massive waves of Geth, though. More than there should have been.
There shouldn't have been any at all.
Right. I mean that they're afraid the Geth are building or repairing more of themselves from materials on the Alarai.
Yep. Robots building and repairing robots. Stupid.
Let's head to the Alarai.
Of course. I'll unlock the shuttle now. Good luck with those Geth, Talizora. Kira Selai.
You say keep us alive, I say keep us alive. It looks like it's finna get uncomfortable.
Acknowledged.
What the oh, respect. Jesus.
Weapons ready. Deploying
Now
combat.
everything's moved around.
Under fire. Taking. Yes.
Got it.
Gotcha. Oh. Still resisting, huh?
Hold on. Hold on. Long range kill. Target contact. Under fire.
Want some more?
my area. Shut down command.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen.
Got you.
Running out in front with a sniper rifle like that.
Combat drone away.
I'll take your indecision. With a smile, my friend. With a smile.
Following path.
I'm here.
Should have just revived him.
Something's slowing down the systems. We're taking down the firewalls to rebalance load distribution. Railzora ordered us to bypass standard safeties. Following security protocols will take too long.
So let's not follow any security protocols with the machines that kicked us off our own planet because we made them. Let's not take any precautions, huh? Genius level thinking, boy. Genius level thinking. Don't know what we would do without it. Don't know what we as a galaxy would do without it.
This is one of the storage units I sent to Father. Looks like parts from a disabled repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology. Anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
Okay.
How did you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages at secure drops in civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home, and Father would send a small ship.
Understandable. But if you were sending a small ship, then that means that it was too big to just send in a container.
Haystrom was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not Vorcha, but we repair what most people would throw away. Hundreds of the ships in our fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
No offense, but you kind of sound like upscale Vorcha. Like these are the ones you hop out of your car, and as you hop out of your car, you look back and you got Quarians snatching your wheels. Not because they want to rob you, but because they want to convert it over to some hover vehicle or
Did
something.
that salvage gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shepard, I checked everything I sent here. I passed up great finds because they might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which possibility is worse. That I got sloppy and sent something dangerous, or that Father actually did all this.
Yeah, I can understand that. Notice the up top bar with nothing. Yeah. We'll enjoy
This is valuable.
another Geth shield upgrade.
Overclocking kinetic barrier systems.
768. 788, excuse me. You bastard.
Who's running the system diagnostic? I didn't authorize. Oh, Keela. How many get their networked?
All of them. Rail Zora.
Shut it down! Shut everything down! They're in the system!
You networked them all? That sounds like what he was gonna say. He wanted them networked
Weapons
or something.
ready.
Targeting order process. Affirmative.
Then do not get in my line of fire, Tali. I know there ain't much room in here, but Jesus.
Nothing faster than pursuit of our cause.
Except for me. No one or nothing is faster than the shepherd.
We locked down navigation. Weapons are offline. Our mistake won't endanger the fleet. They're burning through the door. I don't have much time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jonah, if you get this, be strong for Daddy. Mommy loves you very much.
Must have been the ones over here. This may be. I don't know. More money, more money, more money. What? Oh.
Automated flight button ready. Targeting order process.
Right in.
Sniper rifle neutralization.
Nice.
Automated flight button ready.
Got you. Eat this.
Target contact.
Sendu.
Targeting order process. Target eliminated.
No, you don't.
I've got no shield.
That's fun. Somebody must have hit him with the AI hack while he was in the air. I think that was Legion.
Acknowledged.
Right.
Yeah, I like this gun, but I'm definitely going back to the Matic. I just miss it. It just feels right at home. Right at home.
Go get him, Chatika. Good girl. This console might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left. They were performing experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shepard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
Mixed bag, but I understand where you're coming from.
Did you know what kind of tests your father was running?
No, Father just told me to send back any Geth technology I could find that wasn't a direct danger to the fleet. I suspected he might be testing weapons, but I thought he was just working on new ways to bypass shields or armor.
Makes sense.
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques. I don't understand all of it. But they may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible. What was all this, Father? You promised you'd build me a house on the homeworld. Was this going to bring us back home?
Maybe it's time for your people to let go of reclaiming your world from the Geth.
You have no idea what it's like. You have a planet to go back to. My home is one hull breach away from extinction.
Whoa.
We should keep moving.
Right.
What just... What? Nope. Hold up. Ugh. He was hoping this is before that. Oh, Jesus. That's fine.
Reinforcing shields.
Hostile spotted.
We didn't get in here and reinforce them shields.
Combat drones away.
Yeah.
Watch out, Shepard.
You know how this goes. Don't get in the line of fire. And you won't have to worry about that. Okay, okay.
Nothing faster than to beat up on
Whoa, Tali.
Automated flight weapon range.
Yep, of course she is.
Switch up!
Over. Up on. Under fire. Up on engine battle. Long range target neutralized. Contact. Attacking under fire. Up on engine battle. Taking hits. On my area. Target eliminated. Shot. Effective.
I'm taking cover.
Target eliminated. Hostile. Targeting border crossing. Target eliminated.
Target acquired.
Yes.
Combat throws away.
With Shepard Commander.
Thank you, Shepard.
This difficulty does whatever it can to make whatever you use seem less effective.
They were performing experiment. You saw what Saren and
Did you know what kind
I
of
suspected he
Could
might
any of that
doubt.
data clear?
But what was all this, Father? You
Maybe
promised.
it's time for your people.
You have no idea what it's like. You have a planet to go back to. My home is one hull breach away from extinction.
That was weird. What did it have me choose?
You've got a place here, Tali. Don't throw it away in a war you don't need.
Don't need? Shepard, if I don't wear a helmet in my own home, I die. A single kiss could put me in the hospital. Every time you touch a flower with bare fingers, inhale its fragrance without air filters, you're doing something I can't. Damn the pilgrimage. Without it, I might never have known what I was missing, what we had lost when we lost our home world.
It's probably one of the main points of the pilgrimage, to remind you not to forget the home world and to fight for it at some point or another. Again, find what you want to take the home world later, not now, when we have literal demons coming for us.
Have the Quarians considered colonizing a new world?
We'd have enough difficulty reacclimating to our own native environment. Adjusting for exposure to a foreign colony would be even harder. It's the difference between 60 years and 600. For anyone alive now to watch a sunset without a mask, we must take back our home. At the very least, we can take back one ship. Come on.
Yep. I don't want to survive. I want to live. Everything else is transitory. I need you here. Do not argue with me. And I need you here. Do not argue with me.
Just a second.
Affirmative. Targeting board.
Can do.
Affirmative.
Off the steps.
Automated flight weapon ready.
Nothing faster than the speed of a hawk.
moving in cover, girl.
Go for the optics. Go for the optics.
Yeah, go for those optics. God. Tali.
Target contact. Shield down. Long range kill. Long range target neutralized. Targeting order process.
Right.
Order received. Target contact.
Please contact her.
Ready for next target. Target eliminated.
Yeah, if I fling you in front of the sniper, you I don't use
Right
it
behind
last
you.
time.
Follower.
First entry. Our hacking attempts failed. The Geth have an adaptive consciousness. Hack one process and the others autocorrect. Still, we're making progress. Rail Zora is convinced we'll have a viable system in less than a year. This weapon will put our people back on the homeworld, and it's all because of Rail Zora.
Well, he thought he had found it. They all did.
Father! No, 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 no. You always had a plan. Masked life signs or an onboard medical stasis program, maybe. You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me.
Hey, come here.
Damn it. Damn it. I'm sorry.
You've got nothing to be sorry about.
Maybe he would have known I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
Tali, if you are listening, then I am dead. The Geth have gone active. I don't have much time. Their main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangerl and Daro Zen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
He knew you'd come for him. He was trying to help you. It's not perfect. It's not what you wanted. But it's the best he could do.
I don't know what's worse. Thinking he never really cared, or thinking that he did, and that this was the only way he could show it. It doesn't matter. One way or the other, I cared. And I'm here. And we're ending this.
All right then. Let's end this. That is so weird. I bring my barrier up and my weapon sort of vents heat. Oh, it's because of the Geth rifle and his ability, that Geth shield, and they all have that Geth shield naturally.
Go get him, Chatika. Good girl.
Go get him, Chatika.
Target, positive Y-axis.
Jesus Christ.
Hostile combat platform. Taking hit.
Hey, back off, Chatika.
I legitimately love the fact that she references that is not her drone. That sounded horrible.
Automated flight weapon ring.
So a drone. Tali, how you doing?
This console is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any Geth we missed. It looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened, what Father did.
You sound like you don't really want to hear it.
No. We have to. I know. This is terrible, Shepard. I don't want to know that he was part of this.
Do we have enough parts to bring more online?
Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more Geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No. We're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the home world. I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue.
We'd have an easier time of it if Tali Zora could send back more working material.
Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback. Leave Tali out of this. Assemble a new Geth with what we have. Bypass security protocols if need be.
And here we go. He did want to keep his promise, but he did do this here. These people are dead, and he did put the entire fleet at risk.
It sounds like he was doing this for you.
I never wanted this, Shepard. Keela, I never wanted this. Everything here is his fault. I tried to pretend it didn't point to him, but this... When this comes up in the trial, they'll... We can't tell them. Not the admirals, not anyone.
You may not have necessarily wanted this, but I'm sure when you spoke about the home world or a house on the home world, he probably heard your zeal. Things like that. He probably used that to go off of. We will a lot of the times. A lot of the times y'all won't tell us directly, so we go off of bits of energy, body language and whatnot. How you speak about something. It's not to say it's a matter of fault, but odds are, other than just his desire to give you somewhere stable, he probably saw something that gave him more of a desire to do so.
Tali, without this evidence, you're looking at exile.
You think I don't know that? You think I want to live knowing that I can never see the fleet again? But I can't go back into that room and say that my father was the worst war criminal in our people's history. I cannot.
We're not going to decide anything here. Let's see what the Admiral say once we get back.
You're my captain in this hearing, Shepard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on. If we wait too long, they'll decide we're already dead, and none of this will matter.
To be fair, your father chose to do that himself. I'd just be the person who didn't argue with him.
We need to face facts. There has been no word. There is no reason to think Tali Zora survived.
It sounds like the hearing is already underway.
We must trust Shepard.
That's pretty wild. I can only assume that they make it a point to allow this hearing to be heard throughout the ship. Because this was always something that was odd to me.
It's only been a few hours.
The Quarian Marines lasted less than 5 minutes, Admiral. Call it.
A pity Shepard Vast Normandy is a better speaker than a soldier. I recommend posthumously exiling Tali Zora.
What?
It was agreed that Tali Zora would not be convicted if she were killed in action.
It was suggested, Admiral. I recall no agreement. To that end, I call for an immediate vote.
I mean, he's not wrong. He did it was suggested. It was not agreed upon. But that being said, we're here. Get used to it. Girl, you want me to keep a hell of a lie. You really do.
Very well. Is the Admiralty Board prepared to render judgment?
Sorry we're late.
Tali Zora Vast Normandy saved the Alarai. I hope this proves her loyalty to the Quarian people.
Her loyalty was never in doubt, only her judgment.
Perhaps Tali Zora can offer something to encourage more trust in her judgment.
Did you find anything on the Alarai that could clarify what happened there?
Shepard, please.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
Well, considering the fact that everybody just saw her say Shepard, please, and sort of looked like she wanted me to stop, here's hoping.
Tali helped me defeat Saren and the Geth at the Citadel. That should be all the evidence you need.
I fail to see what relevance...
You're not really interested in Tali, are you? This trial isn't about her. It's about the Geth.
This hearing has nothing to do with the Geth.
You want people to sympathize with them. And Garrel wants to go to war. None of you care about Tali. She knows more about the Geth than any other Quarian alive. You should be listening to her, not putting her on trial. Tali Zora saved the Citadel. She saved the Alarai. She showed the galaxy the value of the Quarian people. I can't think of stronger evidence than that.
Are the admirals prepared to render the judgment? Tali Zora, in light of your history of service, we do not find sufficient evidence to convict. You are cleared of all charges. Commander Shepard, please accept these gifts in appreciation for you taking the time to represent one of our people.
Gotta love the power of feints and redirections. I'm telling you, that's not an argument that would work on me. Ooh, she's cool, she's respectable, she knows things. So, what? Does her intelligence make her innocent now? But, I mean, hey, it worked, didn't it?
If you appreciate me, then listen. The Reapers are coming. I'm going to need your help to stop them. Please, don't throw away your lives against the Geth.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. I hope this board carefully considers your advice.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, Tali Zora Vas Normandy. Kila Salai.
Well, that was at least the person who actually would agree with my advice, so.
I can't believe you pulled that off. What you said. I've never had anyone speak like that on my behalf. Thank you for being there for my father and me. Even when... Thank you.
Well, you can still go back in and get you exiled if you want.
Thanks. But I'm fine with things like this. It's fun watching you shout.
No, you're trying to make me scream, huh?
Tali, about what your father said, what he did. You deserve better.
I got better, Shepard. I got you.
Come on, Tali Zora Vas Normandy. Let's get back to our ship.
Thank you, Captain.
Now what's this?
Yes, what's that? Yeah, I respect what he wanted to do, but he was a fool. And because he was a fool, he chose to be both short-sighted and extremely impatient. Same as him, wanting to go straight to war. And because he chose to be impatient, everybody on board the Alarai died.
The Admirals thought they were humbling you by forcing you to represent her, Shepard. I'm glad they were wrong. You didn't mention survivors. Did you find real Tali? I am sure he would have left you a message if he'd had time.
How would he not care about her? That makes no sense. Everything he did proved he cared. He just cared somewhat differently and was extremely impatient in his care.
We found Rael's body. He left a message for Tali.
I can only imagine how horrible this is for you, child. But at least you got to hear your father tell you he loved you.
Yes. Thank you, Admiral.
Good luck on your mission. No matter how dark it gets, the fleet is always with you. Kila Salai.
Not the exact words he used, but you could tell that he was pretty much saying that.
Wouldn't exile Tali Zora.
You called us on the carpet out there, Shepard, and you were right. Thank you. Tali shouldn't have been involved in that argument. Tell me, though, honestly, what did you find over there? You spoke well, but I know a feint when I see it.
Mm-hmm. And while she partly should have been involved, just for the simple fact of her sending back resources, because let's face it, he wouldn't have been able to do what he did if she hadn't sent him back anything. It's not a matter of guilt, but there is culpability. That being said, yeah, well, I'll just let it sort of speak for itself.
Tali, is there anything the Admiral should know?
We found a lot of dead bodies, Admiral. Including my father's, that's all. Whatever research they were doing was destroyed.
I'll take your word for it, Tali. Not that I have much choice. Fight well, and fly safe, kid. Your father would be proud of you.
Well, he knows that was an utter lie.
Very impressive, Shepard. Thank you for your help on the Alarai. And thank you for helping Rail Zora's daughter. You stood for her when we were wrong to let our own concerns about the war overshadow Tali's trial.
You were. That being said, your concerns about the war are a part of Tali's trial, and vice versa. It should not have overshadowed it, as you stated, but yeah, they are connected extremely.
The galaxy needs more people saying what you're saying, Admiral. Good luck.
Thank you, Commander.
Because at the end of the day, they start this, everybody's going to have to pay for it. Every Geth everywhere is going to swarm. It's what they do. It's what they're designed to do. They're AI, they're machines. The way we fought them in the first game, the way we fought them in this game. They're swarmers. It's what they do.
Hello again, Commander. Good luck, Tali.
Yeah.
Very impressive speech, Commander Shepard. But tell me truly, did you recover any of Rail Zora's research on the Alarai?
Nothing that will help you, Admiral.
Pity. Oh well. Whatever is created can be recreated. In any event, I am pleased that our talk regarding the war conundrum allowed you to help Tali. Her exile would have been unfortunate.
I easily believe that. It's not even a matter of greed. Her skills, her knowledge, and her perspective on other races, having been on the Normandy as well as journeyed around the galaxy on her own. Not to mention, she is one of your people.
You should abandon your plans, Admiral. They're only going to make the situation worse.
We shall see, Commander. Many things are impossible until they are done.
It's not a matter of impossibility, it's a matter of problems.
Nice talking, Shepard. It's funny how it takes a commander to remind the admirals about military honor. Glad they're off your back.
Not really.
And that you didn't have to give them that evidence you found on the LRI.
I didn't say anything about finding evidence, Carl.
Noticed that, ma'am.
His job is to pay attention to what is and ain't there. He's a soldier.
Any idea what your next assignment's gonna be?
I'm gonna be escorting more techs around to look for signs of dark energy buildup. Maybe see if they can figure out what's causing it. Wherever they send me, it'll have to be less exciting than Haystrom.
You hope. It makes perfect sense those politicians would need a bit of reminding. It's not to say that they've grown lazy, but, I mean, you can't exactly lead your people from the front all the time. You need to be able to see all of your people. And the only way to see that sometimes is to be looking over them. Same way the Normandy functions. Our CIC.
What's your take on the war? Are the Admirals going to try to retake the homeworld?
I won't shy away from a fight, but if the admirals throw the fleet at the Geth, all they'll get back is scrap metal. The best bet would be for us to find another way. But a soldier can't say unless his superiors ask.
Yeah. That's the other issue I have. The politicians don't want to ask the people who are actually going to be doing the ground fighting their perspective on what the ground fight is going to look like and what it might require. All right. At least these politicians had their own fights in their youth, you know. They may still fight, but being leaders, one assumes that they're here consistently having to lead the people from here.
Stay safe out there, Rieger.
You too, Shepard. Ma'am.
Carl, just call me Tali.
I'll work on that, ma'am.
Tali and Shepard are good at killing synthetics. Glad they're on our side. The RRI was a good start, but there are lots more Geth out there that need killing. I was wrong. Tali Zora was innocent after all.
And there it is. Wonder if I can... Oh, okay, guess not. Well, hold on.
The talk of war gives me hope. Maybe we can retake the whole world in my lifetime.
I can respect them wanting to go home. I really can. But it's you're gonna end up with a lot of dead, especially if you don't have somewhere to set them while you're going after the Geth.
Congratulations, Tali Zora. I was skeptical about your choice in captains, but I see now that I was wrong.
Thank you, Captain. I'm just glad that this is over.
You'll always have a place on the Raya, whenever you decide to come home. Good luck out there.
Oh, there you go. Tali Zora has been cleared of all charges, and our trust in Shepard ensures her loyalty on the mission. Political ramifications of Quarian war efforts against Geth are troubling. Likely to need Quarian forces against Reapers. Cannot risk additional instability. 17 million plus in the largest fleet in the galaxy, the known galaxy. That would be a serious waste. A serious waste. Energy drain. Drains enemies' kinetic barrier power to boost your shields. It is nasty. It's a real good technique. New outfit. An extra 25%, bringing it up to 50% guess shield strength. Asshole. 60% tech power damage. 38,700 credits and 2,000 palladium.
Commander, Tali just went to have a chat with Legion. You better get down to the AI core.
I'm on it, Joker.
No pictures this time.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here. I caught Legion scanning my Omni tool. It was going to send data about the flotilla back to the Geth.
Creators performed weapons tests and were discussing plans to attack us. We believed it necessary to warn our people.
We already made the Geth stronger by rewriting the ones that worship the Reapers. I won't let Legion endanger the fleet by giving them more information.
Creator Tali Zora acts out of loyalty to her people. She was willing to be exiled to protect them. We must also protect our people from the Creator threat.
You can't let this happen, Shepard. I trusted you, and I worked with a Geth on the team, but this is too much.
See what I mean? Your AI continuously learns from everything that everybody does. Both of you are right in the end, which is why you need to find some sort of compromise. There's no choice here. We cannot afford to be fighting each other. They conducted experiments, yes, but the Geth give very good reason for there to be some sort of defense.
Tali, your father was running brutal experiments. If the subjects had been human, I'd damn well be telling the Alliance about it.
I know, but if the Geth find out...
They'd attack, which would cause a war that would leave both the Geth and the Quarians vulnerable when the Reapers show up. Is that what you want, Legion?
We believed it was necessary to relay the information.
Sooner or later, you're both gonna have to stop fighting this war, or we'll all end up paying for it.
To facilitate unit cohesion, we will not transmit data regarding Creator plans.
Thank you, Legion. I understand your intention. What if I gave you some non-classified data to send?
We would be grateful.
It was funny, if you actually look at Legion, he's physically designed to move the way the Quarians move. Back legs and all. Or rather, dog legs and all. Yeah. As effective as his research could be, yeah, that is extremely dangerous and extremely risky. And yes, the entire Normandy is naked. We are empty. We got bottomed out. So we're gonna hit the Shadow Broker base, and then we're gonna call it an episode, children. With all of that talking, it went on a lot longer than I had expected. I always forget how much talking there is on that mission. I swear it has the most talking in this game, other than when you're just dealing with your crew. Now,
Shepard, I'm glad you came.
yep. Tech upgrade, 60% damage. Get shield strength, 50%. All right. Well. Interesting. But that right there is going to be the end of episode 30 of Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition on the Xbox Series X, folks. If y'all like what you see and want to see more of me, give me a like, follow, subscribe here on YouTube or both. Drop a comment, check out some of the other playlists, share around some of the other playlists, bang the bell. Follow the links from my Twitch to get to my YouTube. Follow the links from my YouTube to get to my Twitch. And wherever you folks happen to be, have yourselves a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And God bless you. Catch you in the next one.